My name's Matthew, and today we're going to walk around this beautiful 2022 on a 22 registration Range Rover D350 HSE, and I think it is probably one of the more elegant specifications for this modern Range Rover. It's finished in Belgravia green with light cloud semi-aniline leather interior. Now that is a beautiful sort of almost ivory toned leather inside. So really such a classic Range Rover color scheme. And honestly, on these new generation Range Rovers, this seems to be the in fashion, in mode color scheme to order one of these cars in. I think it's really nicely topped off by that bronze effect to all of the exterior accents and the bonnet lettering, and down the side of the car we'll show you some more of it. And it has also got some gloss black pack parts on it as well, including the mirrors, A-pillars, so on and so forth. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, 22,000 miles from new, and the car has got a full Land Rover main dealer service history. Now, being a HSE, there's lots to talk about, lots of specifications. So, starting at the nose, forward-facing camera, which is part of that surround and 3D camera system fitted to the car. You've got these lovely park sensors actually very subtly hidden in this lower grille section. And as I said, that almost bronze effect to the accents around the car, neatly hiding the lower indicator lights and the lower fog lights. And we've got Land Rover's LED matrix light system with their signature daytime running lights around the outside now. Very sort of classic Land Rover now, started in the previous generation of Range Rover and modified as we go through, but still, you know this is a Land Rover daytime running light when you see it in your mirror. Coming around the passenger side, we've got these massive 22-inch wheels, multi-spoke sort of rotor-style wheels fitted to the car, and they're finished in a beautiful high-gloss metallic silver. I think they're a very pretty wheel, and they break up that Belgravia grey incredibly well. And some more of that accent pack coming down the side, and what is now sort of the famous side grills on a Range Rover that always sit just at the front of the doors at the front of the car. Updated for this generation, and as I say, again, in that lovely sort of mild bronze effect. Again, look at the color scheme combination. I think it works really, really well. Some of the gloss black parts here, as you can see in the mirrors, the A-pillars, all around the windows, and again, ties in nicely with the privacy glass. And these modern Range Rovers are all keyless. So there's a button on the door handle to unlock the car, and you put your hand in behind. The door handles come out from the doors and let you go inside. Now, before you go inside, what you're going to see down there is electric deployable side steps. They are an optional extra above and beyond a standard HSE. They're about a £3,000 dealer fit cost option. And then go inside and look at that light cloud interior. Again, broken up really nicely with the ebony leather on the dashboard. And the light cloud goes all the way to the roof lining to make that interior feel as bright as you can see it is. And piano black wood veneers throughout the car. And just as I shut the door here, you may be able to see in the corner of the mirror there, this car is fitted with blind spot monitoring. That's that little cutout in the mirror glass. Soft closed doors, as you would expect for a Range Rover. And then go inside and have a look at the space and the luxury inside the back of a modern D350 Range Rover HSE. That amazing opening glass panoramic roof. We've got 4-zone climate control and rear heated seats. And if I shut the door, again, we see how the middle belt line of the car ties up beautifully with this little piece of trim, again finished in that bronze color as we come round to the back of the car. Excuse me. And as we get to the back of the car, we see some of the signature items from this new generation Range Rover. Everybody's seen it. These beautiful, sleek rear brake lights, almost hidden in the back of the car there, and they're black on this car. Again, with that middle light bar, and you actually have the rear indicators hidden nicely inside this section as well. The bronze lettering, and if I open the boot and the tailgate for you, the classic twin split tailgate on a Range Rover. Loads of space inside this car. We've got all the air suspension adjustability, so if you do have lots of shopping or you've got something big to put in the car and you want to lower the air suspension at the back, that can be controlled via the little panel on the right-hand side. And those middle row seats are all electric. You can fold them electrically using the switch pack in the back of the car as well. The parcel shelf easily removable. And then under the boot floor, a huge amount of extra space for the extra storage. This car isn't fitted with a spare wheel, so you have got your spare wheel kit over there, sorry, your breakdown tyre seal kit over there in the back, as it should be, but that does give you the benefit of less weight and a lot more storage under the boot floor. If I press the top button there, both parts of the tailgate close simultaneously. You see the reverse camera on the back of the car there. And we'll go down the driver's side. I'll jump in. You'll see how nice those deployable side steps are when they come out. I'll jump in and I'll fire the car up and run you through some of the inside of a Range Rover. And I think, importantly, this is where the Range Rover beats all of its competition. They are the most comfortable, luxurious SUV on the road. They have been for generations now. So starting with the door card, everything updated for this generation of Range Rover. All the electric adjustments for the seat are on the door, just like the previous generation, except they've simplified this system and all your memory settings now sit inside those toggles themselves. Electric, adjustable and heated and folding door mirrors, all electric windows as you would expect, and a Meridian 3D surround sound system. Coming into the cabin itself, we've got a huge amount of adjustability, an electric steering column, for this, again, updated steering wheel, which I think is fantastic. And this whole cockpit has been updated beautifully as well. This lovely virtual cockpit in front of me, huge high definition screen. This is all configurable as well, so you can adjust these screens so you can have dials, a whole map, so on and so forth. The car is also fitted with a heads-up display, so if the camera just wants to peek in, hopefully it can pick up some of the messages on the heads-up display. It's really tricky to see, but you've got traffic sign assist, so it'll tell you what speed the road that you're going on is. It'll mark that up on the dashboard there and in the heads-up display for you, so really, really helpful. And then moving to the wheel itself, obviously that lovely light cloud leather on the inserts of the steering wheel, ebony leather around the outside, and massive gear shift paddles on the back of the wheel there. Adaptive cruise control on the right hand side and lane departure warning, as well as a heated steering wheel. And then over on the left hand side, all your multimedia functions and Bluetooth functions for your phone. Again, like I said, you can adjust that display in front of me. So if I press display layout to give you an example and go to dials, you can see how we then get two classic style dials up on the cockpit in front of me. Automatic headlight settings, obviously for those matrix lights that we discussed earlier. And then if I put the steering wheel away, we'll move into the center console here. And the first thing I say is, before we move on from seats, you can now see how adjustable these seats are. So you can control the front and rear seats from the screen here. You've got heated seats, and if I go down, you've got ventilated seats in the front. You also have adjustability in here for your lumbers, your headrests, your bolsters. And if I press more, you've got chauffeur settings, so you can control those rear seats or lock those rear seats from the front of the car. You also have Apple CarPlay, wireless. You can see how amazing that is on this huge curved screen. Probably one of the nicest Apple CarPlay displays to use in any car that I have used. And if I pop the car into reverse, you can see the surround camera system working really nicely there. And if I press 3D, you can then see that augmented reality view, and you can slide your way around the car. Really handy for parking in tricky areas, and of course for off-road if you do require to use it in those circumstances. If I come back to the home screen, loads of settings. You can scroll through the home setting and loads of Land Rover things in there, very specific Land Rover things, your locking differentials, wade sensing, all of those amazing typical Land Rover off-road things. Dual zone climate control below. It is 4-zone, but in the front you've got the dual in the front. There is 2 more zones in the back that are adjustable. A wireless phone charger under there and an extra cubby hole. And then under here, again, 2 extra cup holders with a hidden cubby hole below it and 2 USB slots behind that as well. So really, really handy. Again, another huge deep cubby hole in the center console here as well. So really just very practical, like a Land Rover, like a Range Rover should be. And then finally, that big glass panoramic roof, as you can see above me. I'll just tilt and slide that open so you can see what it looks like open. And a couple of things that I've obviously missed, as usual. Always difficult in these videos to get everything in, but this car has got the Smart View rear mirror. Don't worry about looking at it. I'll tell you, it'll be in the photos. But the Smart View rear mirror is amazing. So if you have a rear set of seats filled with passengers and you cannot see out the back window, you can flick a button on that rear view mirror and it becomes a rear camera, basically using a camera built into one of the shark fins on the roof. An incredibly nice option to have on one of these cars. So to summarize, Belgravia green with the light cloud leather interior, probably, as I say, one of the most in fashion and elegant Range Rover colour schemes. 23,000 miles from new and a full Land Rover main dealer service history. It really is a very, very special car. One of my favourite colour schemes I've seen on one of these. My name is Matthew. I hope the video's helped. Thanks for watching.